Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Michigan versus Stanford college basketball matchup on Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. Of course, I do tons of free picks every day, but if you're looking for the games I'm betting, the ones I like the best, those are the ones you find at our website, Pickdawgz.com, under the Premium Picks tab. You can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays, but these are not available on the website. They're only available by texting the number that you see on the screen. So text that number and take advantage of Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays if you bet big. But let's get to this one. Michigan facing Stanford, and this is the loser's bracket game after Michigan lost to Memphis last night and Stanford lost to Arkansas in two pretty good games. Michigan was getting pounded by Memphis in the first half. They did rally in the second half, made it somewhat close, but when push came to shove down the end, Memphis just far too talented for this Michigan team. Juwan Howard actually made it to the bench for the game, of course, recovering as Fratelli has been Phil Martelli has been filling in for him on the bench. Of course, Martelli, the old St. Joe's coach, has been around the block a couple of times. This guy always is arguing with the refs from day one. Kind of like that. Meanwhile, Stanford coming off of a loss to Arkansas, double overtime. And I'll tell you what, they just missed going to another overtime in that game with the Hogs. The Cardinal, 3-2 on the season, but really not a bad team at all. I mean, Arkansas is really one of the top tier teams. Their other loss came against Santa Clara, a good Santa Clara team that really has been kind of underestimated. They were 7.5 point favorites in that game. But yesterday, 6.5 point dogs, losing by 3. Like I said, I just thought that they fought the good fight against a team that was much more athletic than them in a game that, not many people gave them much of a chance, including myself. I think when we look at, this particular matchup, I think what we have to look at is that, the Stanford offense can hang with the big boys. We saw that in that game against Arkansas. And what we saw in the game against Memphis is that the Michigan defense is just an absolute sieve. They don't play defense at all, and that's why they're near the bottom in almost every defensive category. But the Stanford defense, certainly not anything to write home about. They have played a pretty rough schedule, but the Michigan offense, these guys, well, they can certainly shoot the ball, and you're going to get that at a school like Michigan when you're recruiting basketball players. I think, what it's really going to come down to for this one is it's one of those games where, I think it's going to be tight all the way and tight down to the end. We've already seen from both these teams that they have what it takes to kind of, rally the troops inside. For me, for Michigan, it kind of got a little sloppy at the end, and you could kind of see that they just didn't have the talent to get them over the hump. While Stanford, while they didn't have the talent to get over the hump, they didn't think for a half a second that they were dead against Arkansas. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the Cardinal in this one on guts alone. That's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, check out our betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free. They tell you how often historically each of the bets on the board today have come in. Then they show you today's odds, pair them up, and then put you on the most favorable bets on the board. And of course, it does it all 100% free.